Welcome back to the Genius Quiz Arena. Want to travel the world without leaving your seat? This quiz will take you across 50 capitals packed with incredible facts. Learn, laugh, and test your knowledge all at once. Can you score full marks? Let's find out. Your challenge starts now. Which capital city has the world's highest altitude commercial airport? La Paz. Which capital is famous for its cherry blossom season, gifted by Japan? Washington, D.C. Which capital is built on two continents, Europe and Asia? Istanbul. Which capital city has the world's only royal palace that is still officially used by a reigning monarch for daily state duties? Stockholm Royal Palace. Which capital city has a forest covering more area than its buildings? Oslo. Which capital is nicknamed the City of Eternal Spring? How many did you get right so far? Drop your score in the comments. Medellin. Which capital city has canals longer than Venice? Amsterdam. Which capital is home to the world's tallest building? Dubai. Which capital has a river called the Mother Volga? Moscow. Which capital city has the world's largest opera house? If you've got 8/10 or more, your passport should say professional traveler. New York. Which capital lies entirely on islands? 14 main ones. Stockholm. Which capital is known as the City of 100 Spires? Prague. Which capital is the northernmost in the world? Reykjavik. Which capital is the only one without an official capital building? Nauru. Which capital city has more bicycles than people? This quiz is heating up hotter than Kuwait City. Are you still in the game? Comment yes if you're scoring well. Amsterdam. Which capital is the hottest regularly inhabited one on Earth? Kuwait City. Which capital has the world's largest urban forest? Tijuca, Rio de Janeiro. Which capital is home to the famous Forbidden City? Beijing. Which capital has the oldest subway system in the world? London. Which capital city is also a country? Halfway through. Be honest. Are you guessing or do you actually know these? Singapore. Which capital's name means black pool in Irish? Dublin. Which capital is built on more than 100 small islands? Venice. Which capital is closest to the equator? Quito. Which capital was formerly called Edo? Tokyo. Which capital is nicknamed the Mother of Cities? Asunción, Paraguay. Which capital city was designed by the famous architect Lucio Costa? Brasilia. Which capital is the largest French-speaking city in the world? If you've made it this far, you deserve a vacation in one of these capitals. Kinshasa. Which capital is known as the City of Lights? Paris. Which capital lies closest to the Arctic Circle? Reykjavik. Which capital was the first to host the modern Olympic Games, 1896? If you're still here, type the word genius in the comments so I know you're a real one. Athens. Which capital city has the world's longest continuously running university, founded in 859? Fez. Which capital has the famous landmark Red Square? Moscow. Which capital is known for its floating markets? Bangkok. Which capital is nicknamed the Pearl of the Danube? Budapest. Which capital is the coldest in the world? Ulaanbaatar. Which capital is known as the Green City in the Sun? Is your brain frozen like Ulaanbaatar or still sharp like a compass? Tell me your score so far. Nairobi. Which capital has a parliament building shaped like a lotus flower? New Delhi. Which capital was once called Batavia? Jakarta. Which capital city is home to the Colosseum? Rome. Which capital has the Brandenburg Gate as a symbol? Berlin. Which capital is famous for tango music and dance? Only 10 left. Do you think you can finish with a perfect score? Let's see who's confident. Buenos Aires. Which capital city has the most Michelin-starred restaurants? Tokyo. Which capital was called Lutetia in Roman times? Paris. Which capital is the southernmost in the world? Wellington. Which capital is home to the Blue Mosque? Istanbul. Which capital has a famous hill called Table Mountain? Almost at the finish line. Comment your score out of 45. Let's see who's leading this challenge. Cape Town. Which capital has the Petronas Towers? Kuala Lumpur. Which capital is home to the Parthenon? Athens. Which capital is the driest in the world? Lima. Which capital was founded by Peter the Great in 1703? St. Petersburg. Thanks for watching the video. How many did you get right? Drop your score in the comments. Let's see who's winning. Also, you can check out these cool videos. And hey, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Stay safe and take care.